it's the 18th annual WWE Royal Rumble, but was it any good? Let's find out. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. It's another episode of 10 years ago, and today, this morning, this eve, we will be looking at the 2005 edition of the Royal Rumble. So we are live at the Save Mart Center. The Save Mart Center, that's an awful name for a building, in Fresno, California. There are 12,000 fans on hand, on heat. Maven somehow managed to beat Rhino. My God, Rhino must really be in the bad books these days. Before we go on, I just want to say, I'm recording this on the 31st of January 2015, the last day of the month. So far this month, I've had 18,000 views. This is my most popular month ever on this channel. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching my videos. It genuinely does mean a lot. Should we get on with it? Because there's a lot to talk about in this one. Of course, there being a Rumble match, but the storyline, the trip, we'll talk about as we go, as is the case here, as Edge defeated Shawn Micheals in a good opener. Edge has been vexed at Shawn Micheals, as I'm sure you're aware, since Taboo Tuesday. Got super kicked for his troubles at New Year's resolution, so here's the inevitable match. I've got to say, I actually expected this match to take place. Looking at the build-up, looking at what's happened over the last couple of months, you expect this match to take place at WrestleMania. Of course, we know with the benefit of hindsight, and after coming out of this show, what Shawn Micheals is going to be doing at WrestleMania. So we start with a little brawling. Before Shawn Micheals can even take his pants and jacket off, Shawn launches Edge by sort of jumping into him and clotheslines him over, and then skins the cat, then takes his jacket off and undoes his pants, and Edge is fuming on the outside. Edge is not impressed one bit, like I say. Edge takes control of the swinging neck breaker, but runs into a Thez press. They go outside, where Edge gets the Edge-o-matic, then hits a baseball slide, where Shawn tries to go up. Inside, Edge goes on the offense with a hard Irish whip into the corner, and then when Shawn Micheals tries a Rana, it's countered into a perfect sit-out powerbomb for 2, and you see Edge do those. Edge is an evil motherfucker, so locks on a chin lock, complete with body scissors. We get some chops. Shawn tries to build some momentum. Edge, right, it's like Shawn gets some punches, tries to run into the ropes, and Edge, Carmen's like literally just does this, and grabs his hair and pulls him back down. Fucking great. And then, to get a bit more heat than grabbing a man by his precious hair, does the fucking Shawn Micheals pose, and the crowd fucking hate him for it. More chops and hangman's on the ropes by Edge. He goes up top, misses a splash attempt, allowing Shawn Micheals to get 2 off a roll-up, but then the showstopper runs into a big kick for 2. Jerry the King Lawler says that that's a sweet chin music. Fucking great. Shawn Micheals gets a crossbody for 2, so Edge goes back to the chin lock, because he's evil. This allows HBK to Jesus up, hitting his atomic drops and chops in the corner. But when he wants the 10 punches in the corner, Edge puts the brakes on, tries a sunset flip that Shawn Micheals is able to counter into one of his own 4-2. And Shawn Micheals with a catapult and a roll-up, so Edge bails. Shawn's having none of it, goes to get him, so Edge spears him on the outside, then mocks in some more, tuning up the band. Jim Ross says Edge doesn't even have a band, which is a great thing. Another spear gets 2. This is a great near fall. The whole people and me watching it think that's the finish. And then, just to show how angry he is, and this is a great little touch, Edge is so mad that he only got 2, that he pulls great lumps and chunks of his hair out. Amazing. We go up top. Oh, bollocks, I've kicked down too much. Oh, we go up top where Edge wants a superplex, but it's countered on Shawn to hit a macho elbow. And now he is tuning up the band. But wait! Edge ducks the... Oh my God, I can't believe how good this was, right? He wants the Sweetie music. He goes across the ring. He gets the leg up, and Edge, Hogan, where's Hogan? Because Hogan does lots of super kicks, doesn't he? This is my way of showing you guys things, and I think it works. But right, he comes in. Steiner, really? Comes in, tries the super kick, right? Tries the super kick, and Edge ducks under it, so he's able to pick up Shawn on the back and hit an electric chair job. That looked great, and I can't remember to this point the Sweet Chin music being countered like that. That was fucking great. The cover gets 2, and again, Edge can't believe it. Executor, which is the modified sharpshooter, has the crowd in frenzy, but Shawn gets the ropes. He tries to roll, but Edge rolls through into one of his own, complete with being an absolute cunt and holding the ropes to get a win at 1832. Edge's reaction is fucking great. It's like he's won the Super Bowl. Americans, the FA Cup. He's won. Yeah, this is a big deal. I can't believe I did it. It's absolutely fantastic. Lawler's commentary here, like I say a moment ago, whole time is rooting for Edge. It's crazy because I've heard it so many times in my life, but it's so refreshing. It just is. It's look, instead of having Jerry King Lawler and Cole both pulling for the good guy like it is nowadays, you need someone there to pull for the bad guy. You need a colour commentator who agrees with the bad guys. So King is well and truly in Edge's camp. It's really good, decent length, like I say, 1832, crowd loved it, never at one point felt dull. I've got on my notes 3.5 stars here, but I'm tempted to go 4. No, we'll stick with 3.5. I'll tell you why, and that is that there was a little bit of psychological elements in there that they didn't go with. For example, the executor, the sharpshooter thing, and there was a couple of really hard Irish whips into the turnbuckles where you're like, yeah, that's working the back, and then they didn't go anywhere with it. It's one of those, it's one of those chances where you had a chance to do something really great, and it was good, but it wasn't great. How's that sound? In the back, Bischoff and Long argue about who has the best brands, because of course that's what you do if you metal. And then, with Christy Hemme and Tori Wilson's help, Eddie Guerrero and Ric Flair draw their respective numbers. Eddie goes to pick first, but Rick cuts in line. 16-time champ, baby, I get to choose first. All right. Rick is really happy with the number that he's drawn. Well, Eddie, he isn't. They hug, and it appears, they go, oh, okay, Michael, whatever. They hug, and it appears that Eddie switched the numbers. Very, very entertaining segment. Because it's really good, because Rick's really happy, really confident. It's like, I'm really happy with my number. And the guy's like, well, can you show us? And he pulls out his number, and without looking at it, just does like that. And everyone's like, are you really pleased about that? Are you really pleased about that? And when he turns around, that's not the number. Eddie stole it. Fucking great. Not so much is Heidenreich saying how much he dislikes caskets. But it's okay, because his buddy, his non-homoerotic mate, Snitsky, is there to say, I hate caskets, but I like you, John. I like you too, Gene. But I still hate caskets. Now, of course, you're doing it in that voice, but you're going, I like you too, John. But I still hate it. Oh, but it's like, just go make out with each other. Snitsky has a plan for Heidenreich to beat The Undertaker tonight, but we don't get to hear it. So it must be genius. In the match, though, The Undertaker defeat Heidenreich in an okay, I've got to be honest, casket match. So these two had a bollocks match at the Survivor Series after Heidenreich had attacked Undertaker at No Mercy in his match with JBL. And of course, Heidenreich had once again attacked Taker just because of getting your ass handed to a Survivor Series just isn't enough. So he attacks Undertaker again, and this time they're going to have another match, and this time it's a casket match. Now, interestingly here, the casket gets its own entrance. It's not part of the Undertaker's entrance or anything like that. Casket comes out, is wheeled out first, then Heidenreich comes out, then Taker comes out. Anyway, punches and headlocks to start off, leading to Taker somehow botching a single leg crab. Now, you and I know, to do a single leg crab, you grab the leg and bend. It's not difficult. Taker somehow manages to fuck that up. But the dead man somehow manages it, yeah. So in the nice touch, Heidi, because that's what we're going to call him, tries to go to the ropes, but to do so, to get away, to try and break the single leg crab. But when he realises that to do so, he's pulling himself towards the casket. You're like, that's a nice little touch. He tries to bail, but Taker doesn't want to know. He chases, but there's always something in there. What the fuck was that? I hope you guys could hear that, because that was weird. I don't know, like a helicopter, but I can't see anything. Anyway, he tries to bail. Heidi tries to bail, but Taker doesn't want to know. He chases, but is whipped into his own casket, allowing Heidi to take control. With punches! Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? Taker traps the arm into a triangle choke in the corner. So he's going punching, blocks the punch, turns it into a triangle choke in the way that Taker's like resting across the ropes. It looks nice. Honestly, it does. But here comes Snitsky, all right? To break up the triangle choke, and his really great plan, this great plan that they've conducted is, oh my god, it's just to come out is just to make an interference at some point in the match. This bit I'm struggling with, right? But it gets crazy. It gets crazy. The heels hit a double suplex, then try to put Taker in the casket. But when they open the casket, Kane's inside it. Now that is some very good forward thinking by Kane, is it not? He knows, or he must have heard or guessed, that Snitsky, his hated enemy, would come out and interfere in the match. So he hid himself in the casket. Now, what would have happened if Snitsky hadn't run out? So Heidenreich's in control. He opens the casket, wants to put Taker in there, and Kane just happens to be in there and goes, "Oh, what are you doing here?" "Just chilling." Like caskets quite a bit, because I'm weird. I don't know. Fucking crazy. Anyway, so Taker and Kane beat on Snitsky and Heidenreich, and you sat there thinking, right, there's your Mania match, happy days. But you can imagine the conversation with that one. I'm really sorry for that time where I buried you alive, you know? Sorry about that. Snitsky and Kane brawl to the back while Heidi gingerly moves the casket away and takes control. He whips Taker into the steps, then pulls up one of the mats, pushes the casket at Taker. This is a scary looking moment. About halfway up the entrance ramp, really, it's one of those, he was sort of pushing the casket. Well, I don't even want to touch the casket, but then it's in position, it's like, oh, fuck it, and just pushes it really hard. Anyway, the point of why it's scary is that Taker is lying on the ground, and he literally, as this casket's coming full force at him, has to grab one of the supporting bars and pull half his body under the ring, so that he's essentially like that. His head and his legs, so the casket can hit the ring apron instead of hitting him. Because if it had hit him, that would have really fucked him up, I think. Because this casket, as Michael Cole was very proud to tell us, weighs quite a lot. Heidi's evil, so now it's chinlock time. Then Taker's rolled into the casket, but the ref can't shut the lid. Taker comes back with punches, and then a vintage Taker leg drop, but onto the casket instead of onto Heidenreich. That's a nice little touch. Crowd chant, holy shit for that, by the way. It looked great. Taker wants the big boot, but runs into a black hole slam. Then Heidi not only covers, but hits the mat himself. I can't decide if this is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen, because it's casket match and don't win by pinfall, or it's one of those, the Heidenreich is so messed up that he's gone, I know how to win. I'm here, black hole slam, look, cover, 1, 2, and it's like he'd be counted along with the ref. I don't know. He is fucking mad, don't forget. He decides to roll Taker in, but again the Taker says absolutely not. DDT, chokeslam, tombstone for the win, and Heidi's in the casket at 13 minutes and 20 seconds. It had a few okay moments even, and you cannot deny that in the time since No Mercy in Survivor Series, Heidenreich has improved. Still only okay though. The crowd were hot again. Like I say, a couple of good moments, decent length. I'm happy to go 1.5, maybe even 2 stars. But yeah, this unfortunately was the worst match of the night. In the back, Ric Flair and Teddy Long try and get Flair's number from Eddie Guerrero. And then Evolution argue while Ric Flair tries to be peacemaker. Next, it's time for Christian and Cena to draw their respective Royal Rumble numbers. But wait, no, fuck that. It's time for a battle rap between the two. There's a fucking great moment here, right? I promise you, I love this. I really did. You know me, I'm not one for my backstage skits, but this was fucking great. As Christian's like, challenging him to a battle. Right? Hey, Tonko, give us a beat. And Tonko's just, no. I don't know why. That makes me smile, as you can tell. Christian's rap is actually all right. Cena talks about how he's not even going to bother drawing a number now. He'll just go out when he's called. Like, all right, more for you, I suppose. JBL defeating Kurt Angle and Big Show in a decent triple threat match to retain the WWE Championship. So this one has no video package. It's just you go from Christian straight to Big Show making his entrance. So it's happening well, just because. But then, when the match actually starts, Cole points out that Show and Angle are taking each other out with chairs. So Show's got a great big plaster on his head. And then Taz mentioned that Angle had hit 8 straight German suplexes on JBL on the most recent SmackDown. You'd think that these would be in a video package for this match, wouldn't you? But no, fuck it. JBL and Show starts off. Show owns Bradshaw with a chop. Cole tells us we are live for the first time in New Zealand tonight. Fucking go NZ, how's that sound? Show gets 2 off a leg drop when Angle breaks it up. So Show, quite rightly, chops Angle. Bradshaw wants to suplex on a Show, but is countered into one of his own. Then he hits a big boot on Angle, then clotheslines them both out of the ring. On the outside, JBL is launched into the ring post. That doesn't blade. That is a big surprise. Show sorts out some furniture, then tries to chokeslam JBL off the steps through the table. Angle goes low and then whacks Show with a monitor. So Show falls off the steps through the table. And you sat there going, I don't understand the logic here. He's about to chokeslam him and chokeslam JBL, and you're stopping him. It's not, the thing is, the way I look at it is this, yeah? It's not like Kurt can't beat Big Show, because he really can. So just let him chokeslam JBL, get Show in the ring and give him beats. Oh, never mind. Well, I think like that. In the ring, angle armbars, left arm of Bradshaw, then key locks it. But fuck selling, says JBL, because fuck it, just I don't want to. So he just doesn't bother. Oh, dear me. Also, I suppose it would have made sense for him to attack the right arm, not the left, because that's the one he does the clothesline from hell with, but whatever. He proves I'm right, though, I suppose. And the very next move that JBL does is a corner clothesline. Like, there it is. That's what he should have done. Angle doesn't like this, so German's JBL. Bradshaw wants a clothesline from hell, but Angle ducks and hits the second German. Straps come down, but JBL gets a lariat and then eats a clothesline from a recovering Big Show. Sorry, I've just seen what I've written next. Show slams Angle onto JBL, then stacks him in the corner, butt drops him, then hits a double clothesline and goes, ooh! Like Rock used to. It's fucking hilarious. He wants a double chokeslam, but Angle clips the leg as JBL hits the clothesline from hell. It's almost like a elimination. German for JBL and the Angle slam for Show. JBL wants a clothesline from hell, runs into a choke slam for a great near fall. The crowd have come alive. Now, they were pretty quiet for the majority of this match, but now, this last 5 minutes or so, Show spears JBL through the barrier. That draws a mild holy shit chant. In the ring, Angle uses a chair. Angle sets up a chair in the corner as JBL's cabinet come out to check on him. Angle wants to use the chair on Show, but it's caught with a flapjack, which means he goes up and comes down face first on the chair. On his own chair. Fuck's sake. Cover gets two as Reigns and Jindrak pull out the ref and beat up Show. Orlando Jordan puts JBL in the ring, who makes, he's completely fucked. He's like, oh, dude! Bam! With the clothesline from hell, and then falls down again. Gets the 1, 2, 3 off the clothesline from hell, and it's just completely fucked. He's like, you know? He's absolutely out of it. And it's just one of those, oh, man. I don't like that finish. The rest of the match I actually enjoyed a lot better than I expected to. Big Show and JBL in a match. Come on, it's not going to be great, is it? Crowd enjoyed the last 5 minutes or so. Finishing sequence was decent. It could have been better if Bradshaw had bothered to stay on the arm, but I suppose Kurt Angle didn't do enough on the arm, so that's just nitpicking. I don't know why they bothered with the table spot. That just seemed really daft. It's just one of those, well, maybe it's just me. Because the thing is, it meant nothing. You do the choke shot, you do the bump. At the end of the day, he took a monitor to his head and fell down. It was just a bump. It wasn't like he was slammed through the table, so he just made a recovery. I thought, meh, fuck it. 2.5 stars seems fair from yours truly. So, next, in the back, Carlito wants to get Batista to sign a petition that he's doing to get Teddy Long removed as general manager. He won't sign, so Carlito looks like he's going to take a bite out of his apple and spit it in Batista's face, but then changes his mind. Batista draws his number while Long and Bischoff argue about the title match that has just happened and how much there was so much interference. And Bischoff says, look, there shouldn't be that much interference in a title match. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so there's no evolution of barred from ringside. And Batista's like, are you really? And yeah, Bischoff's like, yeah, I am. And that's my decision. That's final. So here's the thing. Who's going to go tell Triple H? Shall I? Or do you want to? And Batista's like, I'll do it. And off he goes. And there we go. Happy days. So next up, Triple H defeating Randy Orton in a decent match to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Orton is number one contender after beating Batista. This will be his last babyface pay-per-view for a very long time. That's a good thing, I suppose. His pop when he comes out is microscopic. He had a bandage on his left leg. So surely there's your story. Orton slaps Triple H to start. He gets two over backside and it's a back body drop. He wants an RKO, but it's easily countered. Yeah, an RKO in the first minute, be daft. He gets two off a sweet dropkick, then hits Snake Eyes to counter. Then hits a Snake Eyes to counter some Triple H punches. Come on, Mark. He wants the RKO again, but holy shit, the way that Triple H counters it is wonderful. Triple H pretty close to the ropes, yeah? So when Orton comes charging in to try and do the RKO, while he's up in the air, Triple H literally gets him and just says, Orton lands on the outside. Fucking brilliant. Oh. Triple H mocks Orton. That sort of thing. And then chop blocks the knee. Hurrah! Orton sucks chances. Triple H wraps the leg around the ring post. Orton tells it well as Hunter chop blocks the leg again. Then stomps it on the ropes, then continues with a stomp on the leg, and then wrenches it, and then leg locks it. Oh, it's good. Hunter wants the figure four, but Orton cradles for two. Not a good move as Triple H simply clips the knee and puts the figure four on. Orton gets close to the ropes, but Hunter, calm as light, pulls him back into the ring, puts the figure four on again. Whee! I like that a lot. After a good minute or so in the move, Orton turns to hold over, so Hunter obviously breaks it. Obviously, his technical wrestling is all wonderful, and I'm sat there going, yes! And the crowd is going, just put him through the fucking table or get a chair or something, please. More knee work by the game, including slamming the leg into the apron, but Orton gets a desperation shot in the ring. Orton gets a backcracker, and we have a slugfest that leads to a pair of neck breakers for 2, and then a snap power slam also gets 2. Didn't sell the leg for any of those last moves, and doesn't sell it again for the rest of the match. So what's the fucking point? And, and so far, as you can probably imagine, someone like me, I'm fucking loving this. I'm loving it. But no. At the end of the day, the leg, you don't need the leg to do the RKO, so it's one of those, I suppose. Triple H gets an atomic drop off Bret's rope. He goes up top but gets arm dragged off. Orton goes up top and gets 2 off a crossbody, but Hunter comes back with a face buster, which is very dangerous because he could have busted his face. Pedigree is counted into a catapult. RKO is also counted into a high knee, which gets 2 for Hunter and busts Orton's mouth open. Pedigree is counted again to a lariat for 2. Orton unloads with punches, but when he goes for a DDT in the corner, Hunter grabs hold of the top rope. So Orton goes down really hard, and the better the things, they sell it, they kayfabe it, that he landed really hard on the back of his head, and he's got a concussion, because for the rest of the match, he looks like he's pretty out of it. Ref is obviously bumped as he's checking on Orton, but Triple H gets his limmer, but is dropped face first into the ring post. Orton looks out of it, but spots the hammer. Triple H clotheslines him, but before he can use it, Triple H gets it again, and when Earl starts to come round, he thinks, it probably isn't the best of ideas, and just calm as you like, picks Orton up and pedigrees him for the win at 21-28. Storyline that doesn't go anywhere. It's one of my big bugs in wrestling. I don't like it. It's one of those, come on, why do it? I'd rather a match just not have any, but then I did like it when they switched gears. I don't know if the concussion was legit. It was either legit or it was some fucking good selling by Randy Orton. I'll give him that. Ref bump was wasted. I mean, it was just pointless, because normally in a ref bump like that, one of them would get some extra offense in, and they didn't. So it's just one of those, that's weird. Yeah, it could have been great, wasn't, is what I'll say. Again, it's the sort of psychology was there for it to be a great match, but it just wasn't. It was like the opener, just like the opener. Oh yeah. In the back, Nunzio's walking along, saying what, he's in the Rumble and yada yada yada, but then Kurt Angle steals his number and says, basically, it's one of those, look, if you don't like it, you can fight me for it if you want, and Nunzio's like, no, I'd rather not, I'm alright, Shane. Long agrees with Bischoff that the last title match was a really good match. In fact, it's given Long an idea. No interferences in these matches. So, at No Way Out, JBL, who's come in and is pissed and has got a bottle of champagne and is talking bollocks for ages, at No Way Out, JBL, you defend your championship against the Big Slow in a barbed wire steel cage match. Ooh, I'm going to be buying that pay-per-view for shizzle. Because I bet half the world just went, oh yeah, and the other half just went, and it's Big Show and JBL. It's not going to be a good match. Anyway, Batista wins the 2005 Royal Rumble match. We've got Jim Ross and Taz on commentary, which is, hooray for No More King, No More Cole, hooray. Fink runs us down the rules as he does. So you can see why Eddie Guerrero swapped numbers with Ric Flair, because he's number 1. Chris Benoit is number 2, and they do what they do best, of course, which is do some lovely wrestling. But it's only for a minute, because at number 3 is Daniel Puder, and he cuts a promo on how he's going to win. He's going to be the first Tough Enough champion to win the Royal Rumble. This probably wasn't the best of moves by Puder, because Taz says, oh fuck me, just before we go on, Taz says this is Daniel Puder's first pay-per-view appearance, despite the fact that Taz called the boxing match that happened at Armageddon. I hate shit like this with a burning passion. It is one of those, it's laziness. It's just lazy. It's not even a this is his first pay-per-view as Tough Enough champion. This is his first pay-per-view as a WWE superstar. This is his first pay-per-view appearance. Fuck off, idiot. Anyway, Benoit and Eddie chop the fuck out of young Puder, double suplex him, and then just take turns suplexing him. Like, well, you like this one, do you? Watch this one. So Benoit does a back suplex that is scary, the way that Puder comes down. Eddie does the 3 vertical suplexes, and then the countdown clocks down, and it's number 4 is Hardcore Holly, and anyone just goes, oh, this is really not going to end well, is it? And he's like, it's all right, lads, I've got this. And they chop the fuck out of Puder some more. They then start taking turns to chop him, and then Holly hits the Alabama Slam, and it probably gets the biggest pop that move has ever got, before or since. Anyway, Poodle and Holly get tossed out as Hurricane makes his way to the ring at number 5. The lads batter Hurricane until Eddie turns on Benoit. Hurricane gets a nice neck breaker on Eddie, but the lads team up to eliminate the superhero. Kenzo Suzuki is number 6, and I've got written here, yeah, I fear this won't end well. And yeah, he eats some chops in a back suplex and a snap suplex before Chris tries to sneak Eddie out. Edge is 7, Ray is 8 to a big pop. He gets something on everyone and then eliminates Suzuki. Now, well, Eddie has a sweet tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on Ray, which is really dangerous because he could have broken his back. Don't forget that. Then we're on Benoit. Shelton Benjamin is 9. Still Intercontinental Champion, by the way. Won the championship in July. Fucking A. He cleans house as Eddie tries to get rid of both Benoit and Ray. Booker T is number 10. Taz tells us that he knows all about main eventing because he main evented WrestleMania last year against Triple H. What? Just get someone go and get Lawler and drag him back and just put him there. Just keep doing what you were doing in the opening contest, right? Taz, stop talking shit. You make yourself sound such a Burke. Because Triple H and Booker T did fight at WrestleMania, but it wasn't the main event. It wasn't even close to the main event. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, this guy, here's a guy who knows all about WrestleMania main events. No, he doesn't. He really doesn't. Oh, fucking A. Anyway, out comes Bischoff. Guessing the Raw guys need some general support or something. Benoit gets a sharpshooter on Eddie, which is broken by Ray. In one of those, right, I understand that Eddie and Ray are friends at this point, but at the same time, it's every man for himself, and I don't understand. A sharpshooter is not going to get you the elimination, so why? Oh, no, it's one of those. Overthinking, isn't it? It's one of those. Anyway. Out comes Teddy Long. No, Jericho is 11. He wants some of everyone as the crowd are up for a Y2J chant. Here comes Teddy Long to offer SmackDown some more support. Luther Reigns is 12. Hurrah! Hang on. All the SmackDown stars are on one side of the ring. All the Raw stars are on the other side of the ring. Brawl! Crowd go mental for this. Absolutely straight up mental. Yeah, we go Brady. But then Muhammad Hassan is number 13. And in quite a funny moment, to be honest. Everyone just stops and it's like, get rid of this guy. He gets absolutely fucking owned. And then they all pick him up on their shoulders and just literally toss him out of the ring. Fucking great. Oh, dear me. Of course, that thing goes out, the obligatory USA, USA. Hey, you're not from where I live, so boo, USA, you. Oh, so pathetic. Orlando Jordan is number 14, so we get back into the swing of things. Scotty Too Hotty is 15, but he's attacked by Muhammad Hassan, complete with camel clutch. Charlie Haas is 16. He runs into a kick by Booker, who then eliminates Reigns and Jordan. He does a spinneroonie, but then when he goes to do an axe kick by the looks of things, Eddie Guerrero just happens to be near the ropes and pulls the top rope down, so Booker goes sailing out like that's actually quite funny. Shelton with a sweet T-bone suplex on Ray. Rene Dupree is 17. Do you remember that move the World's Greatest Tag Team used to do where they put the dude on the ropes and then did the spring and jump over? Yeah, the World's Greatest Tag Team team up one last time to do that. Shelton leaps off the top rope. It goes to do a stinger splash. It's weird because it looks like it's going to do a stinger splash, but he ends up on the top rope. So Edge has just got, idiot, get out. So he is eliminated. Never go up to the top rope in a Royal Rumble, ever. Simon Dean is 18. He warms up on the outside while Edge eliminates. Yeah, sorry, he's doing squats and whatever, and Eddie's just looking at him going, "The fuck are you?" So Edge again calms like, "Out you go." Shawn Michaels is 19 and he goes straight after Edge and then gets rid of Dean while a massive Eddie chance breaks up as Eddie Guerrero is walking slowly up the ramp. We're into final 20s. Shawn Michaels dumps Haas as the buzzer goes, and it's Kurt Angle is number 20. Suplexes and Angle songs for everyone until he tries, until he stops and almost eats the switching music. Shawn Michaels tries to switch in music. Angle catches it, turns it into an ankle lock. Fucking great. Place goes mental. Shawn Michaels counters and switching music's Kurt to the outside. Out you go, boy. That was fucking great. Fun while it lasted. Fucking coach is 21. Taz mocks him something wrong. Like, really, this is the best that Raw's got. This is the time that Taz redeems himself. Like, really? SmackDown's got all these great guys because Taz pulls from SmackDown something wrong. But literally, this is the best that Raw's got. Coach. And you sat there going, yeah, but you've just told us how great Luther Reigns is. You fucking Burke. He gets owned. Coach gets owned by Benoit as Ray and Edge go at it. Jindrak is 22, but Kurt Angle gets back in and dumps Shawn Michaels out, then destroys him with the steps, busting him open, then puts the ankle lock on him. It's all good times. Those two should definitely have a match. Viscera is 23. May have mentioned it before, but been brought back in late 2004 by JBL to attack Undertaker. He'll be sticking around for a while. I think, if I remember rightly, he faces Kane at Backlash. I'm sure that'll be a classic, won't it? Yay! Paul London is 24. Taz tells us that London won a 4-way qualifying match to be in this match. And you're just going, really? This is what I always seem to say about the cruiserweights in WWE. Vince doesn't give a shit about them at all. So just don't bother. You're not going to do anything, are you? Anyway. Oh, dear me. London has to watch Renee do his fucking dance, but is saved when Jericho launches Dupree and then does the dance himself, which is funny. John fucking Cena is 25. His Rook Fools t-shirt is fucking god-awful. Awful. Cena eliminates Viscera, while Ray is doing a Bronco Buster on Coach. Snitsky is 26. He brawls with London. London ends up on the outside. Snitsky hits a clothesline, right? London does the Rikishi bump in midair, and you're sat in midair. You're sat watching this, going... It was one of those sort of moves. Because he looks like he's going up in midair and he's going to come down on his face. It's nasty, nasty stuff. Kane is 27, so it's Chokeslam City. He eliminates Jindrak as London is put on a stretcher. Pump handle slam by Snitsky on Kane as the commentators completely ignore the fact that Paul London is being wheeled out of the arena on a stretcher because here's Batista, fuckers, at number 28. Crowd pop confirms that this slow build that they're doing with him is working like a fucking charm. Oh, dear me. He dumps Snitsky. Batista bombs Kane. Dumps Jericho. And Christian is 29. He brings Tomko with him, because why wouldn't you if you've got a bodyguard, you know? He goes after Cena after the battle rap elimination earlier. Flair is number 30. No wonder he was so happy earlier on. Flair eliminates Coach as Batista spinebusters various heads and then throws Christian onto Tomko, which is great. But when Flair tries to dump Batista out, then we've got problems with the Evolution boys. Okay? Edge spears Flair and dumps him out, so we have our final four. Edge, Ray, Cena and Batista. Spear for Cena. 619 for Edge. Edge comes back and spears Ray out to big boos. Cena and Batista team up to double team up. Cena and Batista team up to take out Edge. That was a really difficult sentence this day, as you can probably imagine. So, Cena, Batista, one of them's going to WrestleMania. So, they circle around each other. One of Cena gets him up on the shoulders. Is it going to be the FU? Is he going to FU? Is he going to have to dump him out? Batista counters, wants the bomb, picks him up for the bomb. Cena's able to sort of, and they both go over the ropes. And it really is one of those, wow, they really did land at exactly the same time. If you slow it down real slow, I reckon Batista lands first, but it really is a just. So the referee's like, the Raw referee's like, hey, Batista won. And the SmackDown referee's like, no, Cena won. Batista. Bushwhacker. Next thing you know, Vince McMahon's power walking into the ring. He's got his jacket. He's throwing it at the guy. He's so mad. This is bullshit sort of thing. He starts to run to the ring. He clips his right leg on the apron as he slides into the ring. And then as he stands up, his leg just crumples out from under him. And he's sat looking like a fucking Burke in the middle of the ring, leaning against the ropes, just with this look on his... I can't read the look because he tore his right quadricep muscle. He did the same thing that Triple H did, and Kevin Nash did. He must have been in absolute agony. If he is, you fucking can't tell. He's just got this impassive look on his face. He's pissed off. So Batista dumps Cena out the ring. And then Cena gets in and dumps out Batista. And you're sat there going, the fuck is going on here? So Vince then decides, right, let's restart the match. Now, sorry, to restart the match, we need number one to come in again. But, sorry, that's me being nitpicking, isn't it? Batista quickly eliminates Cena and is going to Royal Rumble. But wait, he's not, is he? Because Scotty 2 Hotty was never eliminated. So it's Batista versus Scotty 2 Hotty versus whoever at WrestleMania 21. Happy fucking days. Those last 2 minutes were very, very odd. No surprises, no legends or anything, but I actually really enjoyed the Rumble. I like the bit where the Raw and SmackDown guys squared off. It did its job in a lot of respects, whereas you know that it's going to be Batista versus either JBL or Triple H at WrestleMania, and it's that little tease of, really? I've got, 2 minutes left? Really? You can't just let me have one episode 10 years ago? Place your bets now, folks. What have we got? We haven't done this one for a while. Well, it feels like I've been out of the country forever, haven't I? Really? Then they just turn the sirens off when they get near my gaff. Inconsiderate motherfuckers. Where was I? I don't know. So let's just go back. Yeah, Batista will take on either JBL or Triple H. Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. You sat there going, "Oh my god, I hope that match happens at WrestleMania." You know, so that's good. Taker versus Heidenreich is the worst match on this show, and even that isn't that bad. Everything else is 2.5 stars or better. Big thumbs up from Marc P. All the matches are given time. All of them are over 10 minutes. The thing about this show, the thing that will always bug me about, I mean, 8 out of 10 seems fair. It's better than Final Resolution was. I guarantee you that much, right? The thing about this one is, for me, I can't help thinking this is a wasted opportunity, all right? You've got the opening contest, and then you've got Triple H versus Randy Orton, both of which are good matches that could have been so much better. This is an 8 out of 10 if you're feeling in a good mood, which today I am, all right? It hasn't got that 4-star, even 5-star match that it needed to make this one of the legendary pay-per-views. Does that make sense? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Marc P. This has been 10 years ago. I would love it if you could hit the like button. I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button. I would love it even more if you could leave me a lovely comment down below telling me what you thought of the Royal Rumble 2005. I've been Marc P. As always, next time out, I'll be doing whatever TNA pay-per-view it was in February. Genesis, what's it? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Right this minute, I can't remember. I'm sure you're going, it was this one, but right this minute. Shut up, Mark. Fuck it. Right, I've been Marc P. Take it easy. Thank you for watching. Please share this video on Twitter and Facebook if you would. That would be wonderful. If you ever want to help me out, that's what you can do. Share the vid. Share it with everyone you know. Just put it on Twitter. Look, check this out. I've just watched this. It was brilliant. That's what I'd really appreciate. All right? I've been Marc P. Take it easy, guys.